So after today, in this first part of the morning, you're going to know a lot of different things that they just didn't teach you in schools. The problem or the key is to correct those things when? Now, see, after today, it won't be an excuse anymore that I didn't know. We're going to show you guys a format called 2-4-3. Write that down. And everybody in this room, if you understand the power of 2-4-3 and this framework that we put together, then you'll get out of here and you'll start looking at your finances totally different. The first objective is simple. Your current lifestyle is paid for by your labor. In other words, you go to work every day to take care of the bills that you've amassed for yourself. Am I right? Now, your other objective in capitalism is your future lifestyle has to be paid for with your what? Your investments. Now, here's the dichotomy. When you work, it's supposed to take care of your current and what? Future. If your current lifestyle is barely being met while you're working, your future lifestyle will never be met because they don't pay you more when you stop working. So if you're struggling going to work every day from 9 to 5, what in the world makes us think when we stop working, things get better? That's capitalism. They show you that when you were 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. See, if you went to work every day and your current lifestyle was also creating millions and millions of dollars for you, who wouldn't mind going to work? That's cool. But the problem is you go to work every day and most people don't even see a future. And the next thing you know, the future is where? It's here. So you got two goals you got to meet. You're supposed to make enough money now so that one day you can invest and never have to work what? Again. But is that happening for most people in this country? So here's the question. How is this the wealthiest country in the world? The wealthiest country in the world. And everybody's starving financially. Most people are starving financially. Do most people, let's agree on this. Is this the wealthiest country in the world first? Yes. I can't hear you. Yes. I can't hear you. Yes. Okay. It has to be a resounding yes. Now, are most people buried in debt? Yes. Okay. Are most people satisfied with their retirement fund? No. Do most people have $3,000 saved up cash for a mini emergency? No. Do most people have 6 months worth of their lifestyle saved up so if they lost their job, they can go free for 6 months with no stress? No. Are most people happy with the legacy that they're currently leaving their children? No. But I thought it was the wealthiest country in the world. It is, but only for a few people. See, they understand the rules of the game. So what you got to do is learn the rules of the what? Of the game. 4 things keep you financially struggling. 1 is inflation. Now, until you factor inflation into the equation, you would never get free in America. You have to factor in what? Inflation. Inflation basically means the cost of living goes up every day, which brings the value of your dollar down every day. Now, this is simple. Don't overcomplicate this. In America, business owners control how much things cost. What that means is I can determine right now that I want to sell this bottle of water for $8 if I choose to. Everybody see it? Now, in socialism, the government will step in and say, come on, Brian, now it only costs you 20 cents. You can't hit them over the head for $8. But in capitalism, I'll sell to whoever willing to what? So if you want to buy this water that cost me $2 for 38, I'm going to sell it for 38. Somebody's that thirsty. Does that make sense? So if business owners control how much things cost, and a business owner can hike the price whenever they feel like it, you got to be able to raise your income whenever you what? Because if you don't, business owners eat you alive. So gas prices are what? Healthcare is what? Daycare is what? Clothing is what? Cars are what? Interest rates are what? Your income can't be down. Am I right? Netflix. Netflix used to be what per month? $7. Then you get an email. We're taking it up to what? $9. You're like, cool. It ain't but $2. It ain't but $2. So to you, it's only $2. But that's $2 to them times 70 million subscribers per month. So they just increased $2 to you, didn't feel like nothing, but they just made an extra, what, $140 million a month off the $2 increase. And everybody says what? Cool. Because it was just $2. See, business owners pass it slowly, but you feel it all the way around. You got to stop this right here. You'll never get wealthy if you don't stop this from eating you alive. Make sense? Now, taxes kill you. Inflation is the silent killer. Taxes are the chainsaw massacre. A lot of people don't know this, especially the middle class. taxes and debt are your two biggest expenses. It's not your wife, ladies, fellas. It's not your husband, ladies. I know you're like, if she would just stop. This is what we do. When we get in financial trouble, we start to budget. Right? If I cut my cell phone bill, if I stop eating out, if I get this gas, if I carpool, that's budgeting. And that's a small part of it, but budgeting won't get you out of financial trouble. You got to cut the two biggest things that are killing you. That's taxes and what? Debt. I'm going to tie the next two together. Write this down. Taxes cause debt. Taxes cause debt. Because what happens is the government reaches in your account or in your check and takes their money off the top. So you're left to live off what's on the bottom. So to get back up to the top, you got to borrow from the banks. So the country was set up where the government takes the money out the front and then the banks kick you in the back. So business owners get their money, they increase every month, slowly. You feel it, they don't. Am I right? The government takes the taxes off the top. You don't believe me? I'm not, because I had one of my friends gonna argue. I said, look, one thing about me, bro, I don't argue. Let's look at your pay stub. Just pull it out. Just read it. FICA. What's that? Taxes. State. What's that? Social Security. What's that? Local. Now look, let's look at what's not on your pay stub. Property. Ad valorem. Sales. So we got local, state, federal, ad valorem, property, sales. You wonder why you ain't got no money. For a third of the year, you work for the government, not your job. So you work for the government from January to April. Think about that. So if they went in and hired you and said, look, now, you're not going to get paid, Mr. Beane, until May. We're going to pay you on month 5. You'll be like, I ain't taking this job. So they ration it out over the course of 12 what? Months. But when you do all the taxes times the 12 months, that was basically a third of the year. 4 months out of the year, you work for the federal government. Then you get paid. So if we can put a dent in this and get the taxes down legally, ethically, and morally, you have more in your pocket. Am I right? Now, you got what's called cash flow. See, people confuse income with cash flow. There's a difference. Income is measured in dollars. Cash flow is measured in time. How much time can you survive without getting paid? That's the measurement of success. So if the government has the largest account in the world, who did they get their deposits from? Who? When we pay what? Now, if the banks have the second largest account in the world, who do they get the money from? When we pay what? Loans, interest, or what? Deposits. So if the two biggest entities in the world got wealthy off the people, that means the people have the wealth. They trick you to give it to them. So it's called income shifting. Everybody say, give me that back. Give me that back. That's all you're doing. You're saying, look, I've been feeding the government and bank for too long. Let me get that interest back. Let me get those taxes back. So I know what some of y'all thinking. Oh, Lord, he up there preaching tax evasion. No. Tax evasion, you go to jail for. Tax evasion is not reporting what you make. Saying you made $800,000, you really made $2 million and you kept the other 1.2 somewhere in the Cayman Islands and you didn't report it. That's tax evasion. We're talking about tax minimum what? Zation. See the difference? If you get the taxes down, you can get your debt down because taxes cause debt. You wouldn't be borrowing as much if they weren't taking out as much. So if you make $50,000 a year and the government take 18 and you take home 32, to get back up to 50, you got to borrow 18, then you pay back 24. So the government gets you in the front and the banks kick you in the what? Back. So taxes cause debt. 4 things keep you from hitting your 2 what? The 4th one is big business. Write it down. 1 is inflation. 2 is taxes. 3 is what? Debt. 4 is what? Big business. Big business robs you of your wealth. Every month, there's something for you to participate in. Am I right? Yes, sir. Let's start off in Thanksgiving. Now, we're not starting November. We're not talking about Thanksgiving. Black what? Friday. Now, you heard about the new one. Before Cyber Monday. Brown Thursday. See, Brown Thursday is the day before Black Friday. Now, people don't know this. The reason it's called Black Friday is because on that day, companies get back in the black. They've been in red all year. We put them back in the black that day. Who remembers when you used to be able to eat with your family? Now, they move the sales up so that you can eat dinner for breakfast. Kill each other for flat screen TVs on Black Friday, and the previous night, stores open all night long on Brown Thursday. So what's the big holiday after those is what? November? What's the holiday? Thanksgiving. Now the retail stores have a fit on Brown Friday, Brown Thursday, and Black Friday, and then we go online on Cyber what? December 25th is what? 31st. January 1st. February. March, spring what? April. May. June. July. August. September. October. November. And you telling me every month they don't get you. The solution is simple. Strategize your way to wealth. Everybody can't do sales. Let me tell you guys something. For the first 15 years of my career, I was in sales. And when I tell you I was a beast, I was a beast. I didn't think anybody could outproduce me. I lived it. I woke up selling. I went to bed selling. I was selling throughout my day. I was building organizations across the country. I was flying. Let me tell you something. I can sell. But here's the problem. Everybody can't. So if I can sell and I'm the only one that's gifted enough to do it with a few other people, how long will I have to sell? Forever. Then one day it hit me. Probably after I lost my first 7 figures. I got to do something different. Because jumping around in all these companies every 4 years, I'm getting older. Does that make sense? I got to do something now where this time around in my 30s and 40s, I'm not getting audited and losing all my money again. Does that make sense? I wasn't even wild and I'm not even a real ball and frivolous, like, need all that stuff kind of person. I got all that out my system when I was young. But I didn't understand strategy, so I lost all my money in my 20s because it was sales driven. Nobody got on stage and taught me what to do with the money. So now I said, you know what? If I can help it, everybody I know will learn how to flip their money into a strategic plan. So whether you're good at sales or not, that has nothing to do with your financial future. Who ready for a strategy? But the first thing you got to do is don't be afraid to ask for help. Does that make sense? See, we were taught not to ask about it so people can keeping you blind about it. Money's not a hard topic to discuss. You got to get over what's called your self-imposed limitations that is not cool. Oh, talking about money is cool. So that's all we talk about. And when all you talk about is money, not for the sake of the material things, but for the sake of the freedom it brings. Money gives you options. When you broke and you get a flat tire, Jesus. When you wealthy and you get a flat tire, you switch cars. Am I right? See, when you got money, emergencies become inconveniences. AC compressor, that's going to be $800. Well, if you got $3,000 in your emergency, it's an inconvenience because you've been prepared for the AC. Write this down. Cash, asset, cash. Say it. Cash, asset, cash. You have to take some cash. Buy, build, or grow an asset, and that asset generates more what? Cash. Within 3 months, we're going to help you flip your cash flow around. Within 6 months, we're going to help you grow your home-based business. And within 9 months, you should be investing. Now, it doesn't mean it takes 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months to make it happen. I just wanted to give people a realistic goal. You didn't get in your situation overnight, so don't be trying to become no millionaire overnight. Now, here's the difference. Understand this. There's a difference between income and cash flow. Huge difference. People confuse this. Income is the dollars you make. Cash flow is how long it what? How long it lasts. Now, let's take a school teacher or a principal. She made $80,000 a year, but her bills are $40,000. She good for 2 what? 2 years. So Miss School Teacher, high school principal is good for year 1, and if she don't do nothing else, she good for year what? Her cash flow is great. She traveling the world. She got a nice little Honda Accord paid for. She got a condo. Am I right? Got a condo in Miami. She in Europe for vacation. Car note down to 0, living it up. Here I am, big house, falling apart. Taxes hit me, property taxes hit me. I ain't got no emergency fund. My car breaking down. I can't afford my HOA fees. I got emergencies happening, but I'm a millionaire with a $2 million lifestyle. See, guys, you got to learn, man. I'm not saying struggle, but what I'm saying is struggle until you get where you need to get. So struggle, you never have to struggle again. Because I'm going to show you. Now, the $34.95 a month covers your membership. This is your membership. The membership has what's called the cash flow manager. The only way to lower your taxes, the government has to see that you're making a legitimate attempt to gain a profit. Don't mess up like I did and get audited when I was in my 20s, where the government then files your taxes for you, and it's way more than you would. You owe way more now. Does that make sense? So now you keep up with your records. You pull out your cell phone, you download our cash flow manager on the cell phone. Every time you eat out, take a picture of the receipt. Enter in the what, when, where, why, and who. This uploads to the cloud. Now at the end of every year, all your expenses are in. You ship that to your CPA, and she subtracts all your expenses because you have a home-based what? Now every dollar you make, the expenses you already have become deductions. Now your taxes are coming what? Because you lowered your income via your home-based what? And some of y'all sitting around talking about $34.95 a month, $1.17 a day. It's mind-boggling to me, the way people think. Because you're taught that that's an expense. I'm taught that that's an investment. An expense is when something goes out and you get nothing what? Back. An investment is when something goes out and way more comes what? So if $34.95 saves you on average about $500 a month in taxes, who would trade that all day, every day? That's our membership. Now check this out. Identity theft is included in the $34.95. Not just the cash flow manager, but identity theft. That's the #1 crime in the country right now. People stealing your social, people stealing your fingerprints. They're telling you now, don't even do the peace sign in pictures. Y'all know that? Yeah. Don't even do the peace sign. If you do the peace sign, you got to flip it. People can now take your fingerprints off the screenshots from your peace sign. Wow. So now you do peace. From now on, hold it down. I'm serious. They steal your identity, your credit cards, your social, your fingerprints off screenshots. This is $1 million insurance policy. If somebody steals your identity, we'll cover you up to $1 million until you get your social and everything back. Who would agree that's worth $34? This is called keylogging. This is the defender. If they get your identity, this is what you put on your computer to protect your identity. Make sense? Legal Club Services of America. Discounted legal. Anybody ever want to talk to a lawyer? Just sit down and get a consultation? Maybe you want some royalties to write a book, do a trust fund, or maybe you got to sue somebody. Everybody always think crime. It ain't just crime, okay? You need people to protect your money. Who would agree? Once you make money, you need to start protecting your money. It's included. Like 40, 50% discounts with legal services. Audit and tax preparation is included. All of that for $34.95 a month. And the business opportunity is included. Let's wrap up. The IRS states, I didn't make this up. This is on their website. It states, where does your refund come from? It comes from your wallet or purse. Let me just stop. Where does it come from? Your wallet or purse. When you tell your employer how much to withhold from your paycheck or you make an estimated tax payment, for the average refund, that's about $40 a week too much. The government, the IRS website, back in 2005 said most people are overpaying their taxes by $40 a week. Here's the question. If you took the 40 a week, multiplied by 4, that's $160 back in your pocket per what? Per month. You take the $160 per month, multiply that by 12, that's over $2,000 per year back in your what? You take the $2,000 per year times the number of years you've been working, put it in an interest rate at 8%, you have over $300,000. But the government robbed you $40 at a time. In business, that's called lost opportunity cost. See, it's not the 40 that kills you. It's the 40 per week times 12 times the number of years you've been what? Working, and not taking that same money and doing what? Investing. That's called lost opportunity cost. So the taxes and the refund you want to get up front. Watch this. You might be using the extra withholdings as a quote-unquote forced savings, but Uncle Sam does not pay interest on refunds. This the Fed's telling you this. In other words, you give the government your money all year, they invest it, make a ton of money, and don't give you no interest. Then give you part of your money back, and we go, yes, my CPA, woo, tax refund time. Then guess what we do with it? Go pay all the debt off that we got in. And we do that every what? Every year. And then because we got a little check with a comma in it, you know we got to go buy something. Now big business gets your refund. The government already took your refund. You paying your debt off with your refund, and now you back to zero doing the same thing next year. So all four of the big four got your tax refund. And then check this out. Your refund get taxed because it's income. Boy, I tell you. This is from who? Putting the money in any savings account or paying down debts might be a better option. The government telling you, get your money during the year up what? But he ain't stronger than that Hewlett Packard, that was H&R Block commercial you just saw. Then you need the money so bad, you file a rapid refund. And they take more out. So all year you gave your money away in taxes. You get your refund and you need it rapidly so that you get more money. And then you take that money and go pay off the debt that the refund caused you. Capitalism. So what we do is simple. We create 5 income streams. Here's what we do. It's called snowballing. We revisit your W-4. Your W-4 is the form that you filled out when you first got your job. On the back of the W-4, these are called allowances. The front of the W-4, those are called deductions. Everybody in America gets what's called standard deductions. If you're married, you get a what? If you have a child, you get a what? Deduction. Your first $6,000 is tax deductible, right? It's tax-free. So if you have a house, your interest rate is tax what? Deductible. America gives you certain tax deductions for doing things that they want you to do. Does that make sense? On the back of that form, they're called exemptions. But exemptions only go, or allowances only go to business owners. Now that you have a business, you go revisit your W-4, get your allowances, your check goes up the next pay period. Now, do we go spend that money? We keep our lifestyle the same, take the new W-4 money and pay off any what? Debts. So we take the $450 And instead of giving the car note $330, we give them the $330 plus the new $450. Car note going in 9 months instead of 5 years. Now you ate into the interest. See, they thought they had you for 5 years. You're like, oh no, I'm gonna give you the new $450 plus my regular note. I'm gonna double up and get y'all all this because I got the game now. Y'all not gonna make all the interest off me. These are the different things that you get residual income off of. Okay? So now every month you get residual checks from the different products and services that we have for you in the back office. Who likes residual income coming in? Mm-hmm. Guys, if your bills are coming monthly, your income should come and match it monthly. So it's nothing like having a check that pays your bills. The problem is most of your bills are coming in circles. Gas, power, water, cell phone, internet. They come whether you use it or not, but your income is linear. So you're walking through the bills. You need a check that follows the what? Bills. Gas bill paid, water bill paid, internet paid, power bill paid automatically. Our monthly fee of $34.95, you get $3, $5, or $8 per $34.95 every month. Now your monthly fee generates another income stream for you that pays all your bills. You get to a point where one of your checks pay all your bills. Strategy 3 is real simple. This is called asset accumulation. Cash, asset, what? Cash. This is our third piece of software. You put your priorities in. What do you want to do financially? We then put you put your numbers in, and it tells you how much you need per month to land exactly where you need to land. So let me give you a quick example. You say, Brian, I want $8,000 a month when I retire. That's your personal freedom goal. Everyone see it? Yep. Watch this. How much do you think you're going to get from Social Security? You say $850. All right, so I'm $71.50 short. Am I right? I need to get to $71.50. At 8%, you need $1,072,000 that'll generate the $71.50 per month because you get $850 from Social Security, so you'll land on what? 8,000. Everybody see it? You need $952 a month. Who would agree? That's way lower than you thought what you needed. $900 a month. Now I know what you're saying. Brian, I don't have it. You missed my whole presentation then. Yes, you do. They took it from you. In taxes, debt, inflation, and what? Big business. You do have the 952. You got to shift the 952 back to who? And you will land right on $8,000 a month. Now, watch the one thing I'm going to change. Everybody see this 8? Everybody see this? This is the future of most people in America. Putting their money into what? Instead of doing what? Investing. They're putting their money in the bank instead of investing. Watch this. Look what 2% does to the monthly amount you need. You need $10,452 a month to get 8. You need more than you want. Wow. Y'all see that? You need $10,000 a month to land on a freedom goal of 8. You know what that tells you? 2% won't cut it. Our Ivy set it up where the algorithms calculate inflation. So 2% is less than what? So now your freedom goal is 8, but you need 10. What this tells you, you can't get rich at the bank. You gotta have 8% or higher to absorb inflation. So by the time you retire,